Destruction and Rectification, Part 6. Exile as Punishment. Over the last 2 days, we explored the notion that exile may be a natural consequence of our behaviors in the land of Israel. We saw the psukim in Vayayim Shemoah that suggest that our economic prosperity and consequently our ability to live comfortably in the land depend upon our adherence to Torah and mitzvot. We also saw the Ramban's explanation, as well as the supporting psukim in Achremot, that there is an intrinsic nature of the land to reject any nation that doesn't behave in a pure and holy manner while living there. Today we will explore an alternative perspective on the nature of galut, exile as punishment. Perhaps the simplest and most common understanding of exile is as a punishment. This point is made very clearly in the Tochacha, which are sections in the Torah, in Vayikra and Dvarim, that detail the tragic consequences of failing to follow in Hashem's ways. In Parshat Bechukotai, the Torah lists a series of consequences for neglecting our covenant with God, the first of which consists of plagues and physical afflictions. If the first wave of punishments doesn't bring about significant change in our behavior, the next set of consequences will include famine, national degradation, and large-scale death and destruction. The Torah proceeds to write that if we are still neglectful towards the Torah and mitzvot, the final consequence is exile, the mass expulsion of the Jewish people from the land of Israel. The Psukim in Bechukotai clearly regard exile as a punishment. It is grouped together with all of the worst consequences we can imagine, and, based upon its position within the Tochacha, seems to be regarded as the worst punishment that God reserves for his people. The Ramban has a novel analysis of the Tochacha that complements this point. He writes that the first set of blessings and curses described in Parshat Bechukotai is an allusion to our second exile and redemption from Bavel. The second set of curses and blessings described in Parshat Kitavo is an allusion to our third and final exile and redemption from Galut Edom. The precise description of the curses in each rebuke reflects the harsh punishment we endured in our second and third exile, respectively. The Ramban's comments also serve to highlight our earlier point that Galut and Geula were embedded within Jewish history and not merely incidental. According to the Ramban, the Torah alludes to 2 additional exile redemption cycles prior to our initial arrival in Israel as a nation. It's worth noting that we typically don't regard Galut with this degree of severity today. Certainly, the initial tragedy and destruction that accompanied exile were horrific, and our experience in most of the societies we came to were unbearable. However, our experience in Galut more recently has been quite comfortable. It hardly feels like a punishment. Nevertheless, we can say that the true nature of the punishment is not limited to the physical discomfort that comes with exile. Rather, it includes our inability to advance our national mission or connect to Hashem in the manifold ways the Torah prescribes. Tomorrow, we will visit this point and explore a deeper understanding of what has been missing from our relationship with God for the last 2,000 years.